How to always trigger the next scene in Ableton Live Session View. Hi, I'm Toby from abletondrummer.com. I have a Max for Live device for you which lets you always trigger the next scene of the scene which was playing last. So you wonder why you would need that, because if you are an Ableton Live user, you might know that you have those playing next scene function built in here, so you can MIDI map or key map this. I just key map this to my one for now, just my key one here, and I've set up some scene follow actions as well for each scene, and I have a clip, and that's very important, a clip on the MIDI track where the device is sitting here, and a MIDI clip just can quickly be created by double clicking on an empty clip slot. So if we don't have one here, we can just quickly do this. So let's undo the loop just for now, so it's a little bit more obvious how this will work. Okay, so we can set up scene follow actions here since Ableton 11. So we got the possibility to say, when you trigger one scene, then go to the next scene. So that's really interesting for people who are playing live. If they say, okay, let's cut up this song into several parts, or just have our songs and play the next one automatically. So scene follow actions are great, but they not correspond to one important thing, which is the selected scene always will be triggered via this play current scene, the key map I just set up here. So let me show you this a bit more practical, so you might understand this better, what the issue can be here. So we have this just 8 simple scenes, and we have set up some follow actions here, and we can see that because the play sign looks different. So if I now hit my one, we can see it's jumping through the different scenes here, and the last scene which is currently being played, now it stopped, was scene number 4. But the scene which got selected is still number 2, or depending on what you set up in your preferences, because there is one select next scene always button there. So but that's how good it could go in Ableton Live. So let's say you have played scene number 1 till 4 now by triggering the first one and having scene follow actions, but now obviously you want to play the next scene, which would be scene number 5. So if I trigger this play my one with my play one here, you can see it's playing at the currently selected scene and not at the from the last scene which was being played. And this is what my device is for. So if you have this one set up on a MIDI track, and you will need a MIDI clip on every scene on this track here, because it's detecting which MIDI clip played last, and it will always play the next one. So if I hit this one here now, the trigger next scene, you can see it's now playing scene 5, because scene 4 was the last scene which was being played, and clip 4 was the last clip which was being played. You can set up a direct MIDI input here. Of course, you can MIDI map or key map this button as well, and this way you can make sure that you always will play the next scene. So this device is a Max for Live device. You will need Max for Live to make use of this. Max for Live is included in Ableton Live Suite, or can be bought as an add-on towards Ableton Live Standard. It will work in Ableton Live 10, 11 and 12. Cool, so it's part of a pack, and I have a few more videos about this. So if you follow the link in the video description here, because I have more devices here which are letting you set up some more flexible control, jumping to a certain scene when you trigger a scene. So if you don't want to move scenes around, you can actually just do this via select scene via clip name, or you can set up some more deeper control with just creating clips like next, former and same. But I explain those in different videos. Just follow the link in the video description, and then you get to my homepage where you can find out more about the trigger next scene device and the other devices part of this pack.